Hello, good people. Thanks for tuning in. I am Chris Bridges, and you are watching. Excuse me. I always get thirsty when I'm doing this. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. So, today, I had plenty of thoughts on this week. Thought about dropping multiple videos. But as we see, apparently, this and the inspiration is it for today. Hopefully, I won't be too long since I didn't drop multiple videos. I might get in my thoughts and talking too long. If I do, all I can say is bear with me. So, with that being said, if you will, please hit that like and subscribe, right? And then if I've helped you make some money in time past, then if you wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit the notification bell. Okay, now, with all that being said, I got to say something about that in my thoughts again, right? So it costs absolutely zero to hit that like button, right? Absolutely zero to hit that subscribe button, and absolutely zero to hit that notification button. It costs you zero for hitting it. What it does for we that are trying to share something to help someone out, it helps us a lot. It helps the algorithm. It helps us to one day get to that place where we are monetized. Yours truly here, not monetized. And right now, I look like I'm light years away from ever being monetized. And that's okay. I can live with that. But I constantly see people out and about, and they say thank you for doing what you're doing and keep up the good work. I don't know if we just saying it just to say it, or saying it because it sounds good, or saying it to make me feel good. But I can say it greatly helps the one who's dropping content when they go to check their statistics, right? When they check that, it's good when the people who say these things, when you go and check your statistics and you see, well, okay, they really meant what they said because they took the time to push the like button. They took the time to hit the subscribe button. They took the time to maybe hit the notification bell, right? So I don't really need anyone to say whether or not I drop some good nuggets and good contents. Good to hear it. But I know I've dropped some content that if you apply the information that I am sharing with you, or when I say my resources, some people might say, are these people really resources? Well, they're resourceful to me. They're resourceful to me because in the 4+ years that I've been following them, they've been very transparent. They've shared insights that have helped me build my financial knowledge, insight that has helped me maneuver about the market, insight that has helped me make sound decisions when I invest or when I swing trade, right? And so the information I'm sharing with you is ultimately meant to, one, inspire you, two, motivate you. It's meant to give you nuggets that you can take and apply, and it will help you begin to build your portfolio, right? I make recommendations, I make suggestions. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. I am not a financial advisor, right? But what I can do, I can share nuggets, I can share knowledge, I can share information that can help you build your very own um, um, financial wealth, right? So, so I thought about saying, gonna share some secrets of how to make money in the market. Probably might use that in the thumbnail, right? And I'm not using it for clickbait. I'm using it because it's honest. But really, to be honest, there are no secrets to making money in the market, stock market, crypto market. What the market does not discriminate. Doesn't care about your ethnicity, where you're from, your color, your race, your religion, your gender. None of that matters, right? The only thing that matters is You have a strategy. You follow the principles. You follow the steps that it takes to buy stock, to buy crypto, and then whether you buy it, if you buy it and it's high, it's not the smartest decision, right? But you're gonna make money over time, right? Warren Buffett. Anybody who knows anything about investing or trading, Warren Buffett is like one of the wisest person that you could gain knowledge from in the world of investing, right? And I believe it was him that started the saying, "Time in the market beats time in the market any and every time." That's a mouthful. What they're saying is, if you get in the market, you're going to make money. Period. Point blank. How soon, how fast you make money, or how much money you make in a short period of time or in a long period of time, all of that boils down to consistency and a little bit of research. Research is being able to identify a good buy-in price, right? And consistency means investing into that company or whatever. A good starting basis would be 5 to 8 stocks, 5 to 8 cryptos would be a good starting base, right? And then you just want to build you want to build each one of them. Whether you're doing each one weekly, each one would be 16. Or if you would pick 5 this week that you're investing in, 5 the following week that you're investing in, 5 the following week, that would be 15, right? And then you'll have another week where you'll hit the other 3, right? Or you could pick the 3 plus 2 more of the 15 that you already hit. It's 4 weeks in a month. Some weeks have 5. Consistency is hitting it on a regular basis. I don't know if you get paid weekly. I don't know if you get paid bi-weekly. I don't know if you get paid once a month. But if you have your regular income and you have a secondary income, whether it be a benefit such as VA benefit, whether it be a retirement check you get from the military, whether it be, who knows? I'm not in anyone's pocket. No one is in my pocket, right? But I have 2 side hustles, and then I have another blessing that I have in my life. So I'm able to invest every week from my side hustles, right? That's my thing, right? I can't speak for anyone else. And I'm very consistent. But I learned to be consistent because I saw the benefits of being consistent. And I'm trying to bring all of that to you all out here on the internet, right? Out here on this wonderful vehicle of YouTube. All right, so if you're not investing and you want to get started, back in the day we had the books, the manuals on AOL for Dummies. Well, trying to learn how to use the market, right? Trying to learn how to use the internet. Once upon a time, AOL was all we had, right? So you had the books for this for dummies and that's for dummies. Not calling anyone a dummy, but man, if it's something new that you've never done before, this would be one way to break it down. So to me, I think investing for dummies, the easiest way to get started is Robinhood. Some people might agree, some people might not agree. I can't speak for everyone else. I'm just speaking for me. I started with Robinhood. It is still one of my favorites, and I will try to allude as to why it's one of my favorites. I didn't pay attention what time I got started. The timer is on the flip side of this phone, so I can't see it. But if you will, bear with me. I'm trying to drop knowledge. I'm trying to drop information to help folks make money. The name of the game is making money. The name of the game is building your financial wealth. In order to build your financial wealth, you have to build your financial knowledge. No way around it, my friend. No way around it. And I talk to countless people on a daily basis about building financial knowledge, about building financial wealth, about life, about doing our jobs well, and what have you. So I'm here to share knowledge of how to get busy in the game of investing, right? So with that, I was talking about Robinhood, right? Because we're talking about getting started in investing. I would pick, like I say, 5 to 8 stocks, 5 to 8 cryptos. Can I make recommendations? Sure I can. Will I do that? Sure I will. Will I do that right now in this moment? Probably not. The name of the game is to get you into the game, right? So, um, what I like most about Robinhood, I think I said before, I have something up just to keep my tablet from locking up, and so I can get to whatever it is I want to share. So what I want to share first, we're talking about Robinhood, right? So here's why I like Robinhood. Regardless of what stock you are interested on Robinhood, like so many things I could say about this. The bell in the upper right hand corner, right? That bell, if you select that bell, it allows you to set notifications, right? And your phone, or the app, whether you have it on your phone, your tablet, both, what have you, it will drop notifications on your phone, will pop up showing that if you set it to drop below a certain price, if you set it to notify you when it rises above a certain price, you get notification. Okay, that's one thing about Robinhood. Okay, another thing, that check up there, that check, I'm not going to click on it because it will just uncheck it, but that's saying that that's something that I want to be notified of anytime it goes up or down plus or minus 5%, right? So that's one notification, but the bell is specific notifications that you want to set it for. That may be greatly beyond plus or minus 5%. So anyway, that's just a tool, right? But easy things when you get started with Robinhood. When you click on a stock, it's going to show you, like I say, your stats. It's going to show you the stats. And it's just a matter of scrolling. It's not about knowing how to manipulate the site or how to use the entire site. I have multiple sites. I have Webull, right? I have Moomoo, right? I have Charles Schwab. I have Fidelity. We might click on some of those, but they're not, to me, as user friendly as Robinhood. You have to know how to manipulate the brokerage account, how to find the info. On Robinhood, all you have to do is scroll to a stock, click on the stock where it goes inside the stock, and it's going to show you the stats automatically. It's just right at your thumb, scrolling up and down, right? So anyway, we on the stats, right? So it's showing that this is MicroStrategy, right? That's the stock. You see it at the top right now, it's 132.84, and then the short name MSTR, MicroStrategy. It opened, and we talked about Friday morning. That was the last business day that the stock opened. It opened at 132.87 that day. Okay, and it showed that the high of that day was 136. Okay, so that shows that it went up $4 and some change, right, or $3 and some change, whatever the case may be. But you see that it went up a few dollars that day, right? It shows you that the low of that day, is 127.41. So let me show you two things that's showing me. I don't know about you. We're speaking about CRISPR. What it's showing CRISPR is it opened at 132 that day, and it ran from 127 to 136. That's almost $10 in one day. That means that particular company and or stock, all the same, it moves a lot in a day. Okay, it shows you the market cap. We're not going to go into detail what the market cap is, but that's vital information when you understand what that means, right? It shows you the price. The earnings ratio is negative 95.35. That is a nice vital piece of information to know when you understand that. So I'm not finna get into that right now, but that's good to know, right? Next line shows you the dividend yield. This stock does not pay a dividend yield. If it did, it would show you right there. If it shows dividend yield and there's a number there, 1 point whatever, 2 point whatever, 3 point whatever the case may be, if it just shows dividend yield, that means it pays quarterly, every 3 months, every 90 days. If it shows dividend yield and it'll show in brackets 30, that means every 30 days it pays a dividend, right? Oh, that's what we're trying to avoid. Okay. All right. So, all right. Next side, it shows the volume. The volume is a good bit of information to know. Okay, you don't know why right now, but you'll learn that over time. And we're not going into that right now, but we want to show you that it shows you all of these stats, and these stats can help you in different ways. It shows you the average volume, the overnight volume. It shows you the 52-week high. It shows you the 52-week low, which is where I was trying to go. The 52-week high means over the past 300, it's 300 and what? 362 days in a year, 365 days in a leap year. So in the last 365 days, the highest this stock has been is $200. That's since they split. They just did a split. So, really it was significantly above that, because I think when they did the split, it was around $1,300, somewhere thereby, something like that. And and it's showing you it's low in that same time period. It's $30. So if you know the highest it's been is 200, it's subject to go back to that 200, multiple times. And so 132 from 200 is what? Almost $70. Okay, $68 or $67 and some change. But my point is, there's a lot of room between the current price where it's at now and 200. Now, nobody has a crystal ball. Can't tell you if it's going to go up, if it's going to go down, if it's going to go sideways. But that shows me that that's probably a decent company to be in. But anyway, we're not going there. Pick your company because it's a good, solid company. And then it's good to know when I'm buying. I'm always talking about being able to identify a good buy-in price. Anytime you can buy something that's a good company and it's anywhere near that 52-week low, that would be a good buying opportunity, right? And if it's near that high, then if you're young in your early 20s and you really believe in that company, it's no problem to at least start buying it, even if you don't buy a whole share, right? You can buy a fraction of share and build it over time, right? But the thing is, if you buy it near the top, then 9 times out of 10, the only place it's going from the top is down, unless that company is really about to take off with something really hot over the next 6 to 18 months, So, like Nvidia, that's a different story. But I just wanted to show that about Robinhood. I love Robinhood. I think it's super easy, super user friendly. Any transaction you're trying to make on Robinhood, you can always Google how to perform that specific transaction on that portfolio, on that brokerage account, whether it be Robinhood or whatever brokerage account you have. If you're trying to do a transaction and you can't figure it out, you can always Google it. When you Google it, it's going to show you in writing how to do it. And it's also going to show you a YouTube video. You can always click on the YouTube video so it can show you step by step how to do it. And if there are too many steps, it's a little bit too complicated for you, then you can always pause the YouTube video. You can pull up all your apps that you have open. You can click back on your brokerage account. You can work 2 or 3 steps. Then you can click the button to pull everything that's open back up. Go back to the video, go a few more steps, pause it, go back and forth between the two until you complete the transaction. And once you do the transaction 3, 4, 5 times, it's going to be on lock. You won't need the video unless it's a transaction you only do once or twice a year. Then you'll have to go back and Google it every time. Does not matter if it's helping you make money, right? Don't sweat the small things, right? The main thing is learning how to make money in the market. And I know beyond the shadow of a doubt, the things that I'm sharing will make you money if you just apply it. If you don't apply it, hey, it's a free country, it's a free world. You can make your own decision. You can have it your way, and you can reap whatever outstanding benefits come from doing it your way. With that being said, we know this is an election year. Election is coming up. And I'm not going into politics. Long conversations, bump heads with a lot of heads, don't want to do that. You vote for whosoever it is you choose to vote for. Hopefully you do a little research. Hopefully you weigh your cons with your pros and you figure which is going to most likely line up with your pros in your favor. and you go with that candidate, right? But you only can complain after the election, really, if you did your civic duty and you voted. If you choose not to vote, if you chose not to vote, then your mouth should be closed after the election if you didn't take the time out of your busy schedule to go down and do your civic duty and vote. Okay, flipping beyond that, I went into that to simply say, not I'm about the politics, but I am about not putting your confidence and your hope into one party, one politician. No, you shouldn't expect a Republican leader or a Democratic leader to come in and turn your life around and make your life more affordable to live. If it's concerning you and you need a change, if it has to be, then it has to be you, right? It has to be you taking the effort, taking steps to turn things around in your life. And I could say that's what I'm here trying to help everyone do. I'm trying to help you build your financial wealth. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to anyone? It's a known saying that is, what is insanity? Insanity is expecting a change, but doing things the same way that hasn't been working. If you've been trying something for a long time that hasn't been working, that long time could be your whole adult lifehood. That time frame could be the last 6 months, the last year, the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. If you've been trying something for a period of time and it hasn't worked and you continue to do it the same way, hoping for a different outcome, that, my friend, is the blueprint for insanity, right? If you want to change in your finances, if you want to change in your life, you have to go about learning something new, figuring out how to work it and put it into practice in your life to see if you're going to get the results you're looking for. All right, I said a mouthful. Next mouthful we're going to say, investing. Secrets to making money in the market: consistency and being patient. Patient may be 3 weeks, patient may be 6 months, patience may be a year, patience may be a year and a half, patience may be 2 years or longer. What is he saying? Make it make sense to me. NVIDIA about 18 months ago. Okay, I could put up a video up on Robinhood. I could scroll it back 18 months to see if that's the time frame. I'm sorry, I'm not going there. What I'm going to do is try to say it in a nutshell to save time. And what am I going to say is, NVIDIA somewhere around 18 months ago was just under $200. Me personally, I purchased it at $195. Okay, fast forward a year and a half later, 18 months, it ran up to $1,300 and some change. Stocks do not normally move that fast. Crypto may move that fast, but stocks do not normally move that fast. That was like supernatural. That was insane. I only had a few because I had no idea it would do that. I didn't even want to buy it at the time. It didn't fit my strategy, but my mentors were speaking so heavily about it that I decided I would not be a dummy and miss the trend, that I would, get on board. Now, how did that help? How did that support what I just said? Maybe 3 weeks, maybe 2 years. In 18 months, it ran up $1,100+. If you only had one share at 200 and it ran up 1,300, could that help you in your finances turn some things around? Maybe, maybe not. If you had 3 or 4 shares, now you wouldn't be talking about a $1,300 profit. $1,100 profit. You'd be talking, if you had 3, you would be talking about 11 times 3. That would be $3,300, $3,300. So to some folks, that would be like receiving a tax return for a whole year. some people catch that, some people don't. If you caught it, investing game is for you. If you didn't catch it, keep on trying. One of these days it'll make sense. Okay. So now 3 weeks, I share from time to time my testimony. When I got started, I had $60 in a position. Really, I had in 5 different positions. But anyway, we're just going to use one, for example. I had $60 in a position. The energy stock that I was purchasing at the time, don't remember the name. I could go back, but it would be a whole lot of researching because I invest on a regular basis. And we talking about 4.5 years ago. So, yeah, I had $60 into a position. The stock was 17 cents. 3 weeks later, the stock ran from 17 cents to $2.01 a share. So I had like 300 and maybe 27 or more shares. So my $60 blew up an additional $550 profit, right? $601, right? In 3 weeks. And that wasn't even a lot. I'll share with you something I learned from that. I learned position sizing. Position sizing taught me it was ignorant to stop in 3 days, because I did that. I built that $60 over 3 days, $20 a day for 3 days, and then I stopped. Hindsight is, it always helps. Hindsight is no good beforehand, but what you learn from hindsight is it was ignorant to stop at $60, in my opinion, especially with the way that I was investing at that time. I should not have stopped until I had at least $100 in that position. $100 when you're investing, it may seem like a big deal, but even if you're doing $10 a week, then for 10 weeks, you should continue building that position till you get to 100 before you move on to something else, because position sizing makes the difference. I mean, if let's say it would have took a year to do that. If it took a year, then I could have had, I probably would have still stopped because I was just learning. But you're learning from my experience, and my experience is telling you when you have a position of something, if it's dirt cheap, then you either want you want to have at least $100 in the position, or you want to have at least 100 shares. 100 shares would have netted a way smaller return than my $550. I had over 300 and something shares. But what I'm sharing to you, if you're getting into something cheap, when I say cheap to me might not be cheap to someone else. Cheap to me is anything below $30. Excuse me. If it is below $30, then you want to build a decent sized position. Why a decent sized position? I want to pull up Serve Robotics, but if I put it up now, in order to pull it up, if I put up Robinhood right now, it's going to show more things than I probably should be showing in order to get to where I'm going. So I can't do that right now. But I can talk about it. About maybe 3.5 weeks ago, which I've talked about this a time or two, but it just seems to really fit where I'm going with this information. We were talking about waiting. Would it take 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year, what have you? I got a lot of friends talking to me about, man, it's taking so long for this money to flip. Would it be crypto? Would it be stock? Would it be both? And what I'm trying to impress upon people at this time, take advantage of the opportunity right now. I hear what you're saying, but I can't see it. I want to taste it at least once for myself. And I understand what you guys and gals are saying, but you have an outstanding opportunity right now, especially in the world of crypto, even though we're not talking about crypto in this moment. Like I say, 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks ago, Serve Robotics. Serve Robotics was purchased by NVIDIA. I was just talking about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a beast, right? One of my friends, Richard Fain, ex-football player, he turned me on to it. He dropped a video. He was talking about urgent. It can make you super rich, what have you. I said, let me see what he's talking about. So I was out doing one of my side hustles, and I didn't have a lot of time, but his video caught my attention, so I kind of pulled over, paused what I was doing, and listened to about 5 minutes of it, and then went back to doing what I was doing. But it was great information. He was talking about Serve Robotics. He was talking about how NVIDIA just acquired it. It was just after 4 o'clock when he said it. Market closed at 4 o'clock. But for those who know, you can do post-trading and pre-trading in most brokerage accounts. Robinhood is one. So Robinhood, I could do pre and post. So when he made the announcement, I pulled up Serve Robotics, and Serve Robotics at the time was $8 and some change. I could see the stats, and the stats showed me that its 52-week low was $7 and some change. So I said, okay, only $1 difference. It showed me that its 52-week high was like $32 or $37 and some change, right? And I saw where it was at, 8 and some change. I started thinking, I better pick up some of this now, because this is going to start taking off, because it was bought by NVIDIA. And NVIDIA, as Richard Fain likes to say, is the what he calls it, the anyway, he calls it like a big beast. I can't exactly think of it right now, but I'm just gonna say, NVIDIA is like a $4 trillion company, so he calls it the, can't think of it, but whatever. He calls it the 1,000-pound gorilla. So this is a 1,000-pound gorilla. It's a beast. It makes changes, right? So NVIDIA ran up super crazy. So anybody who can't afford NVIDIA and they see that NVIDIA just purchased Serve Robotics and it's only $8 and some change, it's going to start growing just off of the hype of being bought by a $4 trillion company. So what did yours truly, myself, do? I picked up 37 shares. 37 shares was somewhere around $250. I think it was a little bit lower than that, but we just gonna round it out, right? So I picked it up, made the purchase, kept doing what I was doing. When I finished, got home that evening, I checked out the stats a little bit again on the stock Serve Robotics. I read up on Serve Robotics, just a quick glance. And I say, I'm impressed with this company. And if it was bought for NVIDIA, they probably had a reason why they bought this company. And just by their fame alone and the things that they've been doing over the past 2 years and what they're expected to do over the next 2 years, what I mean over the next 2 years is expected to double or triple from where it's at now since they did the split. You're welcome for that nugget. If you use it, fine. If you don't, God bless you. So anyway, I bought it. I bought the Serve Robotics that night. I think before the post-market closed at 8, I dropped like another 100 in there. And then I thought about it throughout the night after I did some quick research on it. I said, I better increase my position size from this $350 to round it off to $1,000. Now, granted, I didn't have $1,000 in my pocket to pick up, to pick it up. I add to my portfolio on a weekly basis from my side hustle, right? But I can always move a little bit of funds from gains from other stocks, right? Sell a stock or two here, stock or two there, and I can free up a little bit of money, right? So I freed up $1,500, and I ran my position size from the $350 that I had initially put it in, and I ran it up to $1,100, right? So in 24 hours, from Tuesday evening to Wednesday evening, it had gone up like $1 and some change. I say, not bad. And by the next day, 24 hours, 48 hours, it was like, I think it was $10 and some change. So that would have been Wednesday. Thursday night, I looked at it, I can't remember what it was, but I know by Friday night, if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere between 13 and 15. And then Monday at lunchtime, let me say it again. I got into it Tuesday evening at 4:30. Monday by lunchtime, it had doubled. Less than a week. Less than a week, it doubled. These are things you learn when it goes back to what Warren Buffett said. Time in the market beats time in. Timing, trying to find the perfect time for the great buy-in. Building your financial knowledge help you identify great buy-in prices. Understanding your 52-week high and your 52-week low, that's a great tool. But over time, you don't have to scroll to the 52-week low or 52-week high. At least I don't, because it'd be up here for hot stocks that I have on my radar. It's locked in where it was, and I cannot, when it falls to a certain price, dollar value, a dollar value that I've been looking for, or falls beyond the dollar value I'm looking for, I don't need stats to tell me that. I already know it. I can identify it just by being in the market, just by time in the market. Hope someone caught that. Just by time in the market, you can learn how to make better and better decisions, right? You can learn as when you see the top 10 performers of every day. It falls on, no matter what brokerage account you have, somewhere in that brokerage account, you can flip to a page that will show you the top 10 performers of the day, the top 10 losers of the day. It's good to know those things, right? It's good to know the losers so you can maybe stay away from them, or you can research and figure out why those companies are there, and maybe because they made some bad turns or some things happen in the financial world or in the political world that caused it to drop. And when you see them 10 losers 3 weeks later into the top 10, you want to know what pushed it to the top 10. If it's a good reason, maybe a good time to pick it up. It's all of these are just things that you pick up on time in the market, just as you are a sports player. You can be an organized sports, right? And you get in and you start practicing and you start learning your spot, right? You start learning how to perform your spot. And then when the game comes, you're either a bench warmer or you're in the game. When you get in the game, practice had helped, right? But being in the game real time really helps. Now you're learning your opponent, right? You're not learning your practice partner. You're learning your opponent. You're learning your opponent's skill set. You're learning their strengths. You're learning their weakness. You're learning their habits, their good habits, their bad habits, and what have you. You're learning how to read the plays. You're learning how to read the quarterback. You're learning how to read the point guard. You're learning, right? These things will help you improve your own skill set in whatever it is your position is, right? Same thing in the stock market. Time in the market helps you better understand the market, helps you understand where money moves, how money moves, and what causes money moves. These are the secrets. These are the secrets. Again, let me say it one more time in case somebody missed it. These are the secrets to help you make money in the market. Okay, I can go on and on and on because this thing has become my passion. It's been super good to me, and it's helped turn my life around, right? It's helped me to help turn the lives around of my spouse, turn the life around of some of my kids, some of my grandkids, some of my siblings, and the list goes on and on. And the stock market is no respecter of person. What it do for one, it will do for another. It can help whosoever will chooses to use the avenue of the stock market and or crypto market, or both, right? Um, um, wow, I lost my thought. Yeah. But like I said, you can download Robinhood. Okay, I said I will make a few recommendations of a few stocks and a few cryptos. So let me try that. So a few recommendations I would recommend. VOO. VOO would be Vanguard's version of the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks across the entire stock market. If that showed up, then you got to excuse the missus. She had a reason to come in here. So such is life, right? So VOO would be a solid ETF to be the foundation of your portfolio, right? It's not cheap. It's rather expensive, but you could buy a fractional amount and you can start buying whatever, right? So you want to put it on your radar to start adding it to your portfolio. So you can have VOO. You want to have a growth stock like Nvidia. You want to have a growth stock like Apple. Okay, neither one are dirt cheap, but they're going to help your portfolio skyrocket when they take off, right? So that was what, 3. You could get in something like Apple, or Microsoft, or Tesla. Now that's over 5. Cryptos, the number one crypto is Bitcoin. you would be insane not to drop something in Bitcoin. It's going to run anywhere from, I mean, right now it's below between 50 and 60K, right? And it's going to run over 80K to 120K is what some analysts are saying. And I believe it could get to at least 100, 120, possibly 180, but can't see all that. Nobody has a crystal ball. So the point is, it's subject to run anywhere from 20 to 40,000 more than what it is right now. So even if you had only 200 in it, you're not going to run that 20,000%, that 20,000 whole dollars, but you're going to run the percentage of that move. That's a crazy move. Said all that to say it's a good time to get in Bitcoin. So if you're going to get in crypto, I will be putting something in Bitcoin on a weekly basis, 5, 10, 20, 30, whatever it is your budget allows, okay? So Bitcoin is one. Ethereum is the number 2. You would be insane not to get in Ethereum, right? Ethereum has taken a hit. It's down some, right? Good time to get in Ethereum. Again, 5, 10, 20, 30 a week, whatever your budget allows. So that's 2 cryptos. And then I would say if you want a cheap crypto that could, turn things around, one would be, it was just on the top of my tongue. Slow down, Christopher. I can pull something up to look at, to reference. Got my phone opening, got my tablet open, so we talking about our memory. So ICP would be a good crypto to get into. So we talking about 3, that ICP. Next one would be Compound. Compound would be a good one to pick up. It's not super cheap, but it's super beat down, right? So Compound would be a good one to pick up. And then the other one was, I'm always talking about it, is the crypto. Gotta pull something up so I can have something to reference, because my mind, got too much going on right now. So let's see here. Bear with me for a moment. Want to give you a fifth crypto to look at. That would be Uniswap. I don't know why that was so hard. Uniswap would be a good one to pick up. Why Uniswap? Let me show you why Uniswap. I'm not sure if Uniswap is the one that I have, but I'll show you. This is another site, and this site is crypto.com, another one of my favorites for crypto. Okay, there's Coinbase out there. Some people love Coinbase. I'm not the biggest fan of Coinbase, but it is pretty good. Why I like crypto.com, brokerage account for crypto? Here's why. Crypto.com, it shows you a lot of info, such as what Robinhood did. Robinhood, when it comes to crypto and Robinhood, it don't show you the stats like it do stocks. Can't explain, that's just the way it works. But crypto.com shows you great stocks, right? Great stats. It's the market data. It's called market data on here, right? So it's showing you my average cost for this particular stock. This is ICP. How do you know it's ICP? There it is. It's showing you my ICP position. So we don't want to reveal too much, right? So my average cost is $6.12, right? Current price right now is $7.04. If we were just to go back in time, back in February, I believe, this same cryptocurrency, ICP, Internet Computer in February time frame was between $10 to $19, right? $10 to $19, and at that time, my average cost was $2. Sold some, got back in later to build my position back up. So I'm saying if my average cost was $2 and it had gone up to $19, and I had a few hundred of those coins, that would be nice profit. Just what I have now, and it's only up almost $1.30, up 560, right? And then it shows you the market cap. That's good when you understand what those things are. The 24-hour volume, that's good when you understand what those things are. But everybody can understand a rank, okay? Ranking, there are over 22,000 crypto coins, right? If you're in the top 200, it's been stated that you're more or less safe. Anything outside of 200 is a bigger risk, right? But anyway, this is in the top 24. What that means, it's a good risk, right? It shows you that the all-time high Okay, the all-time high of this coin has been up to $750.73. No one has a crystal ball. Can't tell you if it's going back to 760, but you can guarantee it's not gonna stay way down to where it's at now. All right, that was a mouthful. I got to get ready to close this video. Something else I wanted to say a few moments ago, if I can get the thought back in my head. But yeah, we're not gonna lose no sleep over that. Crypto bubbles. I want to talk about that, but I don't have time. I got to get ready to close this thing out. It is way too long. Again, hopefully I've said something to help you, something to help build your financial wealth. Get in the game. Name of the game, get in the game. Name of the game, begin to grow your financial wealth. Name of the game, create opportunities to not depend on a political party, to depend on yourself, growing your financial wealth, taking a risk in the stock market, taking a risk in crypto, a risk that could pay off really well, right? Someone was saying to me, I don't want to see my money fall. I don't want to lose money. Here's my interpretation on that. Here's my take on that. Here's my little say on that. Go ahead, you can find. My little say on that is, we were just looking at ICP. My position is up $500 and something. Somebody might say, wow, that's a lot of money. Depends on how you look at it. A few months ago, back in February, it was up double digits. It was up double digits. We'll leave it at that. Well, you might say, okay, but I mean double digits, it was in double digits thousands, right? I took profit. I had some things going on. Some folks I thought could use some assistance. I ain't need no assistance. Sure, I'm always needing assistance, but I'm doing fine. You know, I'm doing fine. So, in a sense, they gave some assistance to somebody. I didn't loan it. I gave it. I've come to understand in my little 54 years the difference it makes when you bless somebody, when you give somebody something, when you're freely, with your giving, you freely open up avenues for currency to flow back into you. When you're stingy and you have your hands closed, it's a good fight position. It's not a good for receiving of funds, right? You can't receive anything with your hands closed. You can't give it out. You can't receive it in. When you open it up and you freely allow it to flow out, you allow it to freely flow back in. And we're not in inspirational words right now, but in the words of the scripture, and I'm in relationship with the one who writes the words of the scripture, it says, give and I'll give it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, back in good measure. When you open those hands up and you allow it to freely flow out, you allow the Lord to, the one who you trust in with all your heart, who directs your paths, he direct that currency back into your hands. And it don't just come back the way you put it out. They sang the song, Saints of Old used to sing the song, you can't beat God's giving no matter how you try. The more you give, the more he'll give to you. Just keep on giving, okay? That was a song. But I learned to live that song, and I found that when I give it out, I can't beat his giving. He allows it to come back in. And he don't just allow it to come back in. He press it down, he shake it together, it comes back running over. What does that mean? I mean, his mouth is not like our mouth. He has crazy mouth. He has crazy favor when you're in relationship with him. Okay, I've got to close out. Hopefully I've said something to help someone. I'm in the game of trying to help someone. Help you build your financial knowledge, help you build your financial wealth, help you get into the game of investing, right? I call it a game. It's a game to me. Life is a game. We play that game, life. Life is a game. Even though I'm calling it a game, it's a serious game. And you only get one life in it. You don't get 3 lives like in video games and what have you. We get one life to live in this real game of life, right? And it's based on your thoughts, your ideas, and your suggestions. If you're growing your thoughts healthy and wisely, if you're growing your ideas healthy and wisely, if you're growing your suggestions healthy and wisely, and you make wise decisions in every area of your life, the only place you will go is up. You will take higher ground, higher ground. So hopefully I've exposed some secrets that are not secrets to you to help you grow your financial wealth. I got to close here, my friend. Hopefully I haven't talked your head off, but hopefully I've said something to inspire you, to help you, to encourage you to take higher ground in your finances. To take a risk, take a risk, take a risk. It's a healthy risk. It's a well-calculated risk. And when it returns like nobody else's business. I mean, it is insane. So take care and be blessed continually, my friend.